Coco Gauff dominates the 2025 Wuhan Open. Epic All-American final triumph against Jessica Pegula. The lights of Wuhan burn brighter than ever on championship night in 2025. The stadium buzzed with anticipation. Cameras flashed endlessly, and the air felt heavy with destiny. Two American flags waved proudly above the court, signaling something rare, powerful, and symbolic. This was not just another final. This was Coco Gauff versus Jessica Pegula. Youth versus experience. Fire versus precision. The future versus the present. And by the end, an unforgettable night. One message rang loud and clear across the tennis world. Fire Coco Gauff had arrived at a new level. Fire. The road to Wuhan. A season built for greatness. Coco Gauff didn't stumble into Wuhan. She marched in. The 2025 season had already been a statement year. Mature shot selection, calmer body language, ruthless efficiency under pressure. Gone was the raw prodigy learning on the fly. In her place stood a composed champion with unfinished business. Tournament after tournament, Coco refined her game. Her serve became a true weapon. Her forehand, once questioned, now dictated rallies. Her movement remained unmatched, elastic, explosive, relentless. By the time Wuhan arrived, whispers followed her everywhere. This might be her tournament. They were right. Jessica Pegula, the ultimate American test. Across the net stood Jessica Pegula, the embodiment of consistency and intelligence. Pegula doesn't overwhelm with flash. She dismantles with precision. In 2025, Pegula had become even more dangerous. Cleaner baseline patterns, fearless net approaches, mental toughness forged through years of deep runs. She entered the final battle-tested confident and calm. This wasn't a mismatch. This was a collision. An All-American final with global implications. Two Americans battling on Chinese soil. This final carried global symbolism. For years, women's tennis had searched for sustained American dominance. Now, the answer stood under the Wuhan lights. Coco Gauff, 21, representing the future. Jessica Pegula, seasoned and sharp, representing the now. One would lift the trophy. One would walk away knowing exactly where she stood. First set, Coco sends a message. From the opening point, Coco Gauff was electric. She didn't test the waters. She set them on fire. Her return game immediately pressured Pegula's serve. Deep returns pinned Jessica behind the baseline, forcing defensive replies. Coco's footwork was breathtaking. Sliding, sprinting, striking with authority. Break point came early. Coco didn't blink. A blistering backhand down the line sealed it. The crowd erupted. Pegula tried to respond with variety. Slice angles, net play, but Coco read everything. She absorbed pace, redirected power, and punished hesitation. The first set slipped away quickly. Backhand index pointing right, Gauff takes it decisively. This wasn't luck. This was control. Pegula fights back. Champions don't fold. Jessica Pegula is not the type to panic. In the second set, she adjusted, shortened rallies, took the ball earlier, targeted Coco's forehand with surgical intent. For the first time, Gauff faced resistance. Games grew longer. Breakpoints came and went. Tension thickened. Pegula dug deep, drawing errors, forcing Coco into uncomfortable positions. The set teetered on a knife's edge, reminding everyone why Pegula had spent years among the world's elite. This was the match the fans wanted. The turning point, when Coco became unstoppable. At 4-4 in the second set, everything changed. Pegula earned breakpoint, her best chance to swing momentum. The stadium held its breath. Coco served wide. Pegula returned deep. A rally exploded into life. Then bang. A fearless backhand winner ripped down the line from Coco Gauff, drawing gas in the crowd and a shake of the head from Pegula. 2 points later, Coco held serve. That moment broke more than a game. It broke resistance. Final push, ice in her veins. With momentum on her side, Coco went into full champion mode. Her body language shifted. Shoulders relaxed. Eyes locked. Movements decisive. She attacked Pegula's second serve relentlessly, stepped inside the baseline, and dictated every exchange. The final break came swiftly. And when championship point arrived, Coco didn't hesitate. One last rally. One last deep return. One last mistake from Pegula. Game. Set. Match. Fire Coco Gauff is a 2025 Wuhan Open champion. Fire. The aftermath. Respect, not regret. Jessica Pegula walked to the net with grace. There was no frustration, only respect. She knew what had happened. Coco hadn't just won. She had dominated. The handshake said everything. One American star acknowledging the rise of another. What this victory means for Coco Gauff. This Wuhan title wasn't just another trophy. It was proof of evolution, validation of patience, confirmation of greatness in progress. Coco didn't rely on emotion. She relied on execution. And that's the difference between contenders and champions. The All-American message to the world. An American final on a global stage sent a powerful message. United States American women's tennis is not rebuilding. United States, it is thriving. Gauff and Pegula showed contrasting styles, shared respect, and world-class quality, proving depth, not just star power. Coco's evolution from phenom to finisher. What stood out most in Wuhan wasn't Coco's athleticism. It was her calm. No rush points. No emotional spirals. No fear of big moments. She played like someone who expects to win. That's dangerous. Fans, media, and the global reaction. Within minutes, social media exploded. Coco Gauff is inevitable. This is her era. Wuhan belongs to Coco. Analysts praised her maturity. Former champions nodded knowingly. They've seen this before. What's next after Wuhan? The question now isn't if Coco Gauff will dominate. It's how much. With confidence soaring and her game peaking, she heads into the next phase of the season as a title favorite, a mental giant, a standard setter, and the rest of the tour knows it. Conclusion. A night that defined 2025. The 2025 Wuhan Open final will be remembered not just for its quality, but for its clarity. On that night, Coco Gauff didn't announce herself. She confirmed herself. Fire the Future didn't knock. Fire walked onto court and took the trophy. And as Coco lifted the Wuhan crown under the roaring lights, one truth became undeniable. This isn't the beginning of Coco Gauff's reign. This is a continuation of it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.